Hi guys, I'm Werner and this is Werner World. That's my first English video, so I hope you'll enjoy it. And today we're gonna talk about the LMH car that we race in this year Le Mans 24 hour. So some days ago there has been the presentation for the Ferrari 499P. That's the return of Ferrari to the prototype racing after many years. And this car has been subject to a lot of attention due to the fact that obviously it's a Ferrari. So let's begin talking about this category. As you may know, in Le Mans there are several categories, several kind of car that run together. But the most important category, the queen one, is the LMH, that are prototype car designed only to race Le Mans and endurance racing, so 6 hour, 4 hour, 24 hour, 12 hours. And this kind of queen category is divided in LMH, LMDH. Today we're going to talk about the first part, the LMH. So these are four-wheel drive car with the hybrid technology, so an electric engine on the front and a combustion engine on the rear. This car have a very similar engine because the torque, the curve of the torque and the power must be inside some fixed parameter. So we will have all car with about 700 horsepower from the thermal engine, the ICE, and about 270 engine horsepower from the electric unit mounted on the front wheel. Most of the car have this kind of configuration, but there are some of them, the Glickenhaus, the Alpine, and the Van der Waal, that only have the combustion engine on the rear. So let's begin talking about the Ferrari. This prototype has a 3000 engine, twin turbo, coming from the Ferrari 296. This is the return from Ferrari to the racing after a lot of time. This has been developed inside Ferrari thanks also to the support of Dallara. The chassis has been produced by them. And this car, we must say about this category that the aerodynamic behavior is standardized. So not any car can have some incredible aero. All must be in the same parameter. So we will, the designer have been able to make beautiful car, mostly car that have a family feeling. And when you see one of them, you understand that's a Ferrari, that's a Peugeot, that's a Toyota. And this has been done because this car must be different from the Formula 1, where you recognize that this is a Formula 1. But if you take a F75 from this year and strip it from the red color, you get a Formula 1 and you don't recognize the maker. While in LMP car, they want the maker to be recognizable. So they have some detail that recall the street car. So the light of the Ferrari resemble a lot the street car Ferrari light. So this is the first contender. It's a return to Le Mans, so Ferrari will need to make a lot of tests to gain experience, because making a very high-performing car is not all in Le Mans, because you need to finish the race. If you don't finish the race, it doesn't matter how fast you are, because you don't win. So the main contender for Ferrari is obviously Toyota. The GR010 is the prototype that has been running for the last year and is the car with the most experience, because it's come from the LMP1 car that used to run before. It's an evolution of the Toyota experience. It's a 3.5 twin turbo engine, and still we have combustion engine in the rear and electric engine in the front. This is main contender because Toyota has a lot of experience, and it's been running, and it's a very big car maker that has a lot of budget and a lot of knowledge. This car is designed and produced in Germany rather than in Japan. So the next big contender is Peugeot. Peugeot has been one of the main protagonists of Le Mans in the last year of the last century. This time they will race with a very peculiar car, because this car has no rear wing. As I explained before, we don't have the need for extremely high downforce, because the parameters are set for everyone. So they decided to go with a very big diffuser, a very big front that looks like a sub vehicle rather than a race car. I don't like it, but it's just a matter of taste. And it has no real rear wing, because it's only two winglets in the rear, so it's very easy to recognize. The engine is a 2.6 V6 twin turbo engine still. As you can see, the big player all have a twin turbo engine, and as always, an electric engine in the front. Now we will talk about the Glickenhaus. Glickenhaus is already racing, is an LMH car, but it's an LMH car without the front electric engine. So I have only the rear one. It's a 3.5 liter engine, still twin turbo, and the presence of this car without the front electric engine has forced the ACO, the Automobilclub de l'Est, the organizer of the championship, to put some rules to limit the efficiency of the electric engine. Because when you come out of the turn and you have an electric engine, you have an enormous advantage over a normal car without the front wheel engine and without the electric engine at the front. So it only works above 140 km/h, but this limit is subject to modification. Obviously, the big player that have the electric one engine want this limit to be lowered, while Glickenhaus and the other who don't have it want this limit made higher. So Glickenhaus is a prototype that has been built in Italy. The money comes from Jim Glickenhaus, that is American, so this is American-Italian project, let's say. Now let's talk about a car that shouldn't be racing, but as the number of players last year were only Toyota, Glickenhaus and Alpine, the ACO allowed this grandfather car to race with some limitation, because this is simply an LMP1 car that has been limited in the aero and the engine department. And so it's simply an old LMP1 car with a 4.5 Gibson engine, naturally aspired engine, not a turbo. As you can recognize, we have less money here. We don't have the electric engine. And this is a wonderful car, because it's been made for another regulation and it has a better aero, but it has been castrated, limited to race together the other car for another year. So let's talk about the underdogs. The first of them is the Vandervelde. This car is basically a bike-haul, LMP1 car that was the cheapest one, the poorest one, the least successful one. I wonder how many parts of the old LMP1 has been used, not similar, but really the same part has been used on the Vandervelde. This car should have been already racing, but some trouble with the ACO, with the homologation of the car happened. Bike-haul gave the reason to ACO. ACO didn't reply, but anyway, they're not yet racing. The engine is still the old 4.5 Gibson engine, so an old engine for an old concept car. This is basically an LMP1, a watered-down LMP1. Last of them, the only one that has not been seen yet, is the Isotta Fraschini. Isotta Fraschini is a very old Italian brand that is coming back to production of a street car. So this will be the light for the car, for the maker, and this car has not been presented yet. We know that it will have a 3000 cc twin turbo engine, and the car name will be Tipo 6, Type 6 basically. It will have also an electric engine, so it will be a full LMH car, not a watered down one, and it's still yet to be presented. It will happen in February, theoretically, and it will have very, very little time to be ready for this year Le Mans. So this is an overview of the car. Sorry for my pronunciation. I hope that you enjoyed this video, because if I have a good feedback about this, I will make also a video about the LMDH car. So the BMW, the Lamborghini, the Porsche, the Cadillac, and so on. That will be the cousins of the LMH car. So please subscribe to my channel, and bye guys.